So you guys were I'm hearing a lot of you guys wanted a theme song shortened, so here we go. This girl reviews movies, games, and books. Sometimes she plays them. So does that, and when she does it with the cat, does that make her crazy? Does that make her crazy? Probably. So, it's shorter. There you go. Crazy Cat Lady Gamer Reviewer or Martha Butler does not own any trailers or pictures. I use them under fair use, educational, for education and entertainment purpose.
Hi everybody, Martha here. Today we're doing somewhat, a half, a review and a half. So we're going to talk about Supergirl, what I can remember from it. I know I didn't do this one, regular review of this one. This episode was boring. And we're also going to talk about Falcon and Winter Soldier, episode 5. So, let's get started with Supergirl. I think this is episode 3 of season 6. It's a lot like the last one. They're still trying to get back to Kara, and Kara's still trying to get out of the Phantom Zone. She runs into another fifth dimensional one in the Phantom Zone after somebody kidnaps her dad. And we deal with like a bunch of people turning into the Phantoms, and Lena has to deal with the fact that she has to say no to Lex. Lex burns down a hotel, a hospital, because Lena donated money to that hospital without his permission. So it went freaking all Joker on her and burned down and blew up a hospital. So I don't know. This episode was just really hard to understand. So I'm gonna give it give that episode a 4 out of 10. So, no, thank you. They needed to clean up their act. Okay, this is their last season with this character, so they need to clean up their act and actually do stuff with her. Okay, get her out of there so she can start fighting. Okay, so because she's not really being Supergirl while she's in there. But let's get started with Falcon Winter Soldiers episode 5. So Walker he runs away from when he killed the guy who he says killed his friend Battlestar, but we know that he didn't kill him. Carly killed him. Okay? And she wasn't around for him to kill with the shield. She wasn't around. So he even goes and tells his parents this guy killed him. And this was the guy who said, "I love Captain America. I love him." And then I am getting killed by the next person gets killed. Next person who comes in. So yeah, and in a brutal way. Like, we never seen Steve. Yes, Steve did use it as a weapon, but he never came back from a battle with it covered in blood, like Walker did. He never killed anybody with the shield with cold blood. So Falcon, Sam, and Bucky have to go and get the shield from Walker, and I was like saying, okay, time to put the doggy down. They don't put him down, so I don't know why I thought that, but I know they were gonna kill him, but like when a dog goes rabid, you have to put it down, sadly. but they stopped him. They beat him up. They dislocated his arm. He broke Falcon's wings off. And he came very close to doing what he did to that guy, to both of them. He almost was ready to add another blood spot to them. But both times Sam stopped him from doing it to Bucky, and Sam stopped him from doing it. Then Bucky stopped doing it to Sam. So basically, if you saw Civil War when both Steve and Bucky both teamed up on Tony, it's similar to that. So that was what that scene reminded me of him. And man, it was not pretty at all. That fight was not pretty. And only one person walked after that, because both Sam and Walker were both on the ground. And the only one that got up was Bucky. All three of them were alive, but only one that could still walk was Bucky. So yeah. So they got the shield away from Walker, and Sam decides to go and talks to Isaiah and ask him what happened. And I know I didn't mention him during the episode he was in, so let me explain who he is. Isaiah was Captain America after Steve, when Steve was on ice. And he was the one that survived with the serum, and him and Bucky fought. And I guess he took Bucky's arm. And since the time period and since he was black, they wanted to know why. Isaiah was the only one that survived this and started experimenting on him like a freaking lab rat. And one of the nurses takes pity on him and declares him dead, then hands him a bunch of his wife's letters. And then she allows him to escape, because he was in jail for 30 years. So, yeah. And he's pretty much telling Sam they'll never allow a black guy to be Captain America. And he tells him, do you think time has changed since then? You're blind. Or ignorant. And the way somewhat the world is right now, yeah, I can see what he's talking about, but I would like him to be, Stan to be Captain America. Him or Bucky. Him or these two the guys after what happened with Walker. Nobody else is allowed to be Captain America. Because the last time the government or whoever chose Walker to be Captain America, they were wrong. So they're just going to send another person to come grab it again. So yeah. And like I said, Walker goes and lies to the Battlestar's parents who killed their son. And then he did the right thing. Though he did. So, and also he lost his he got debarred. He's lucky he didn't get put in jail for when he started talking back to them. Lucky that did not happen. He could have got put in contempt for talking back. When you're in court, you don't talk back. You can get put in jail for that. And that's what he did. He was talking back to them. So yeah. And they were asking back for the shield, dude, he doesn't have it! And both Sam and Bucky go work on the boat of Sam's sister, and they fixed it all up because they thought it was going to get sold, and it doesn't get game sold. And we get to see Sam have learn how to use the shield. It was pretty cool. Like it was like a montage of him. It was like I don't really, and I never. It's been a while since I watched Rocky, but this reminded me of like the scene Rocky's like working out when he runs up those stairs, and he goes, yeah. So this kind of remind me of because you see Sam like end up not catching the shield sometimes, and Bucky tells him that shield's only thing left I have. That anything left I felt like I had family, and they're still acting like that Steve died. We don't know Steve died. We don't know. And so that's why he got mad at him because he's retiring it, part of his family. So yeah. And I did like the part where both of Sam's nephews were playing with the shield, and like, dude, that's not a toy. Put it down. So yeah. And they the Wakanda ladies went and got Zemo and took him back to Raft. And apparently Bucky gave him like a chest that's from Wakanda. We don't know what's in the chest. It felt like freaking Pulp Fiction, because the episode ends with Sam opening the shield, opening at the chest, and we don't see what's inside of it. And the last thing we see, we have an end credit scene. I was like, every single time episode ends with these shows, both of them, I stay until the credits end. Then I watch it because we only got one episode left, guys. After this one, then we have to wait until June for Loki. So, and we see Walker making his own shield. Now, good luck with that, Walker, because that shield will be made of vibranium, like the other one was. Who knows what that one's gonna be made of? Probably just gonna go irk and bent and break. Just go look up what the one that you're making, and I like the fact that he was putting like his medals on top of it too. That's kind of weird. So, yep. So, it was a good episode. I liked it. So I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. What do you give it, Solly?
I give it all for paws. My tail.
So, I'll see you guys later. Like, favorite, and subscribe, and say it, Solly.